living through an age of dietary fads like never before. But having tried the paleo diet and a high-protein gym regime, there's one very fashionable diet I've completely overlooked. I'm tempted by the idea of becoming a vegetarian purist, so I'm going to go vegan for a month. Just before I go and get the advice of our dietitian, though, one last beef sandwich.
Well, Philip, I have to stop you there. We are less than a minute into the program and you have already set the tone of the program and revealed your bias by describing a plant-based diet as fashionable. You also say you have completely overlooked the vegan diet until now. Well, Philip, it turns out that you are mistaken. You have not completely overlooked the vegan diet until now. In fact, you conducted the very same experiment that you conducted on this program less than 2 years ago in much the same format. In episode 5 of What Are You Eating? In 2016. Here is how it worked then. Instead of getting somebody who has a chronic illness caused by eating the wrong food like Joe Cross, who starred in the documentary Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, and asking them to eat a plant-based diet and see if they get better or worse when they eliminate animal products from their diet and replace the animal products with fruits, vegetables and starches, the producers of the show searched high and low to find a person who could not afford to be seen to do well on a vegan diet. His livelihood depends on the slaughter of animals and can't become a vegan without giving up his job and closing down his business, which is killing and selling dead animals for food. RTE went all the way to Donegal and found Liam McGavigan, who is described by RTE as the ultimate meat and dairy lover and CEO of Edenmore Meats. Clearly not the sort of guy who could afford to be promoting a vegan diet. A bit like yourself, it would not be practical for you to become a vegan in your current role as presenter of What Are You Eating? As 99% of your viewers would perceive you as biased against their eating habits, and you could not taste or even comment on animal foods without appearing to be biased. Just think, how would the advertisers on RTE react to a vegan presenter promoting healthy food choices? A lot of companies would suffer. The meat and dairy industry, the hospital industry, the health insurance industry, the diet industry, plastic surgeons, doctors, pharmaceutical industry, and many more. Healthy and happy people are not good for most big businesses. So if people switched to a plant-based vegan diet, a lot of business would lose out. The next step of the process was to get Liam some general advice from a dietitian, which he ignored as the proper support or guidance is not given. If you wish to get someone who has no interest in going to a plant-based vegan diet, you need to give them day-by-day support until the person fully understands plant-based eating. Failure to do this nicely sets them up to fail. Then you get them to keep a daily video diary of their activities, and then you edit the videos to reflect your biases and broadcast the program to the public. As much as 20 or more hours of footage is condensed into less than 30 minutes of the actual program. In episode 5 of What Are You Eating? In 2016, Liam was asked by the dietitian to focus on a whole food plant-based diet and to eat food with one ingredient, to eat foods as they first appeared when they came out of the ground, lentils, beans, peas, etc. Well, Philip, just like you did 2 years later, it turns out that he did not follow the advice he got from the dietitian. His first shop on day one as a vegan consisted of vegan custard, vegan apple tarts, vegan chocolate, vegan crisps, and some dry unappetizing rice cakes. So much for the advice to focus on whole foods. It is no wonder he suffered from stomach cramps eating junk vegan foods. The program concluded with the following statement from Liam. Today is the last day of the month-long vegan diet. Today I am going for a slap-up meal of beef and milk and all the things I have not eaten in the last month. I lost about 6 kilos in weight, and that is something I was concerned about cause I didn't start the diet to lose weight. I don't think I will be turning vegan anytime soon. I certainly will be promoting that people will be eating as much healthy beef, dairy, fish and chicken as they like. Well, Liam, I know it is 2 years later, but I have some good news for you. I don't think you need to be concerned about a loss of 6 kilos of weight when on a plant-based diet. This is a normal reaction when you stop drinking a pint of milk with each meal and eliminate saturated fats from your diet. Not eating these foods which have zero fiber and are high in saturated fats and replacing them with healthy nutrient-rich foods may stop you getting cancer. Perhaps you already knew that, as the World Health Organization has said, the eating meat is a class 2 carcinogenic. That means that the meat you eat and sell probably causes cancer along with many other chronic diseases. Now let's see how Liam McGavigan, the ultimate meat and dairy lover and CEO of Eden More Meats, gets on when he eats a vegan diet for a month. In episode 5 of What Are You Eating? In 2016. After looking at this short segment, you will see that it was also biased against the vegan diet, and when Philip says in 2017 that he has completely overlooked the vegan diet, he is factually incorrect, which is yet another inaccuracy in this program which supports the case this broadcast breaches the 2009 Broadcasting Act.
Growing in popularity in recent years, the vegan diet is serious vegetarianism, allowing no animal-derived foodstuffs whatsoever. Who better to try it out than a man who makes his living from meat? Enter Liam McGavigan. Liam runs a slaughter plant in his native Donegal and likes his meat and dairy more than a little.
I would start off with cereal, toast, pint of milk in the morning. Lunchtime I would probably have a stew and another pint or two of milk, and then in the evening I would have another dinner again. I'm going to have to go shopping and obviously check every label and see what exactly qualifies as vegan. At this point I have no idea what that is.
Before Liam begins the vegan diet, I send him to see dietitian Orla Walsh for a little nutritional advice.
To start, do you recognise any of these foods here in front of you?
One looks like lentils, I think, that I would have got in soup as a child. The rest are completely alien to me.
Liam is advised to eat beans, peas, lentils and tofu to boost his protein, iron and calcium over the month, and to try soya milk as a dairy replacement.
It's actually drinkable, yeah, it's not bad.
What I'd suggest is to focus on a whole food diet, so eating foods of one ingredient, so foods as they appeared when they first grew out of the ground.
Armed with Orla's advice, Liam confronts his first challenge, a trip to the supermarket for vegan supplies.
Holy God, that was stressful. I had to look at every single label closely. 99% of products contain either dairy products or beef extracts. So what I've bought is I've got vegan chocolate, I've got vegan apple tart, I've got vegan custard, I've got vegan crisps, and I ended up with a couple of packets of plain, pretty dry, unappetizing looking rice cakes. I'm after having bran flakes with almond milk and whole grain bread with soya spread and a glass of soya milk to replace my ordinary dairy milk. I feel full up. It was okay, it wasn't exceptionally tasty. I can't say anything drastic has occurred except for the fact that I'm suffering from daily cramps, which is to be expected, I'm sure. Probably slightly irritable and slightly sluggish, but maybe that's just because I'm not enjoying what I'm eating. I can honestly say that I haven't actually had a meal that has tasted anyway decent. I'm after having a large portion of potatoes, portion of turnips, portion of carrots, topped off with beans. So while it wasn't appetizing, I do feel full up and it feels okay.
So after no dairy or meat for 30 days, has Liam embraced the vegan way of life?
Today is the last day of the month-long vegan diet. Tonight I'm going out for a slap-up meal of beef and milk and all the things that I haven't eaten in the last month. I lost about 6 kilos in weight, and that's something I was concerned about because I didn't start the diet in order to lose weight. I don't think I'll be turning vegan anytime soon, and I certainly will be promoting that people eat as much healthy beef, dairy, fish and chicken as they like.
Liam, thanks for watching. Look out for the rest of the videos in this series on www.dietisthekey.com. The 2009 Broadcasting Act requires that audiences are entitled to, and do, trust that the news and current affairs content they access from the broadcast media is accurate and unbiased. Accurate information enables citizens to participate more fully in a democratic society. Accuracy is, therefore, a fundamental principle associated with the broadcast of news and current affairs content. Hopefully the media will be more careful in what they say and the public will be more aware of the standards they are entitled to.